The air is thick with tension as the BRP Teresa Magbanua holds its position near Scarborough Shoal. Filipino fishermen have relied on these waters for generations, but today, the shoal is a flashpoint. On the horizon, Chinese maritime militia vessels and a massive China Coast Guard cutter form a blockade. The Chinese ship's horn blares, a warning, a threat. The Filipino crew stands firm, determined to protect their own. Suddenly, the Chinese cutter surges forward, water cannons erupting. High-pressure jets slam into the Teresa Magbanua, rattling the ship. The crew braces, gripping the rails as seawater crashes over the deck. This is not a battle of bullets, but of wills, a dangerous game of chicken on the open sea. The Chinese try to force the Philippine vessel to retreat, asserting dominance over waters that international law says are not theirs. Amid chaos, the captain issues calm orders, steering through the assault. His mission: resupply Filipino fishermen sheltering in the lagoon. He will not be deterred. This is the new reality in the West Philippine Sea, a daily struggle for control. Each confrontation risks international incident, pushing the region closer to open conflict. Chinese vessels routinely block and harass Philippine ships, enforcing a claim the world has rejected. For the Philippines, these actions are a direct assault on sovereignty. The water cannon attack is more than seawater, it's an aggressive message. China is telling the Philippines it is powerless. But Manila and the Filipino people are no longer willing to accept this. The dangerous dance at Scarborough Shoal has become frighteningly common. Filipino resolve is being tested every day. The world is watching, the stakes are rising, a change is desperately needed, the line has been drawn. Beyond geopolitics, real people are caught in the crossfire. Filipino fishermen like Roberto "Ka Bobby" Santos have fished these waters for generations. Now they face a man-made storm, harassment from Chinese militia boats. Ka Bobby's nets come up empty more often. He's forced into poorer waters, burning more fuel for less catch. His family's future is at risk. For him, the West Philippine Sea is not a chessboard, it's his lifeblood. The constant threat has turned his livelihood into a source of anxiety. On board the BRP Teresa Magbanua, young crew members feel a different pressure. They signed up to serve, but now find themselves on the front lines of a geopolitical standoff. A young ensign watches the water cannon assault, feeling anger and frustration. Sworn to protect countrymen like Ka Bobby, he knows his ship is outmatched. The crew endures with courage and professionalism. This is the human cost, the fisherman fearing for his family, the sailor facing a larger adversary. Their stories are the heart of this conflict. Their resilience is a testament to the Filipino spirit. But spirit alone cannot guarantee safety or sovereignty. They need more than courage, they need the tools to do their job. The Philippines cannot afford to back down. The struggle is personal, not just political. Every day at sea is a test of resolve. The world sees headlines, but these are the faces behind the story. The fight is for their future, their hope is for a fair chance, their courage deserves more than words, they need a fighting chance, the nation must answer. Scarborough Shoal, Panatag Shoal, is more than rocks and reefs. For centuries it's been a lifeline for Filipino fishermen, a sanctuary during storms. Its rich biodiversity makes it vital for thousands of families. Strategically, it sits well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. In 2012, China seized control, blocking Filipino access, a national trauma. Scarborough Shoal has become the red line, the front line of the Philippines' maritime struggle. Every approach by a Philippine vessel is a statement, a refusal to accept China's occupation. The 2016 Arbitral Tribunal ruling affirmed Philippine rights, but enforcement remains the challenge. The shoal tests the world's commitment to a rules-based order. If force prevails, international law loses meaning. The fight for Scarborough is a fight for national identity and future. Ceding the shoal would set a dangerous precedent, inviting further aggression. Panatag means calm, but the shoal is anything but. It is the epicenter of a brewing storm. For the Philippines, it is a line that must be held. The nation stands firm. The Philippine Navy's proud history is overshadowed by aging ships. Many vessels are hand-me-downs from past wars, barely afloat in modern times. Sailors are mechanics as much as warriors, struggling to keep vintage ships operational. These outdated ships are slow, with obsolete sensors and limited weapons. Facing modern Chinese vessels, the mismatch is glaring. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. The technological gap puts Filipino crews at risk every patrol. Captains struggle to identify fast-approaching threats. By the time they do, it's often too late. Larger, faster adversaries harass with impunity. This is the daily reality, a constant struggle against obsolescence. It's not just a tactical problem, it's a national security crisis. An aging fleet cannot protect the nation's vast coastline or resources. Brave sailors do their best, but courage alone isn't enough. The 12th longest coastline in the world is under threat. The defenders are fighting with one hand tied behind their back. The need for modernization is urgent. Repeated incidents in the West Philippine Sea became a national wake-up call. Water cannon attacks and harassment exposed the country's vulnerability. Public frustration grew. Filipinos demanded action. The call for a stronger, modern navy became impossible to ignore. Diplomacy alone was no longer enough. Credible defense was needed. The armed forces of the Philippines launched an ambitious modernization program. The Navy's priority moved beyond old, donated ships to acquire new, purpose-built warships. Building a modern navy is expensive, but the cost of inaction is far greater. Losing maritime resources would cripple the economy and future. The modernization program became a source of national pride, a declaration that the Philippines would no longer be a pushover. The focus: multi-role frigates, corvettes, and offshore patrol vessels. The journey is long and costly, but necessary. It's about reclaiming dignity and securing sovereignty. The clarion call has been answered. The nation is investing in its defenders. A new era is beginning. In early 2025, a new silhouette appeared in Subic Bay. The BRP Diego Silang FF-152. Sleek, modern, and powerful, it was greeted with cheers at the pier. Named after a revolutionary hero, the ship's arrival marked a new dawn for the Philippine Navy. The Diego Silang is a leap forward, a multi-role frigate built by Hyundai Heavy Industries. Its stealthy design, advanced engines, and endurance make it ideal for the West Philippine Sea. The ship's real strength lies in its state-of-the-art radar, sonar, and combat management systems. It can track hundreds of targets and is armed with anti-ship and surface-to-air missiles, plus torpedoes. For its crew, it's a source of immense pride. They're no longer operating museum pieces. The ship's arrival is a massive morale boost for the armed forces. It's tangible proof of national investment in defense. As the crew stands in crisp uniforms, they represent more than a new asset, they embody new hope. The Diego Silang is a symbol of a stronger, more confident Philippines. The nation is ready to face the future. A new chapter has begun. The BRP Diego Silang changes the game in the West Philippine Sea. For the first time, the Navy can match modern adversaries. Chinese captains must now think twice before harassing Philippine vessels. The ship's advanced missiles and sensors create a credible deterrent. Deterrence isn't about seeking conflict, it's about preventing it. The Navy can now patrol deeper, protect fishermen, and safeguard resources. The Diego Silang sensors gather vital intelligence for diplomacy and legal action. It's not just a weapon, it's the nation's eyes and ears at sea. National pride surges. Filipinos see their Navy as a true defender. The ship becomes a floating symbol of resolve and unity. It forms the core of a more effective naval strategy, leading smaller patrol vessels and protecting convoys. The Philippines can now project power within its own waters. The balance shifts from passive defense to active deterrence. The tide is turning. The Philippines is shaping its own destiny. The BRP Diego Silang's mission is clear: defend Philippine sovereignty. Its patrols are a visible statement. The Philippines will not surrender its maritime rights. The ship enforces international law, upholding the 2016 Arbitral Award and UNCLOS. It protects vital resources, fish, oil, and gas essential for the nation's future. For too long, foreign fleets have plundered these waters. The Diego Silang deters poachers and secures economic activities. It ensures freedom of navigation in one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. By working with allies, the Philippines helps keep sea lanes open for all. The Diego Silang defends not just the Philippines, but regional stability. It is a guardian of law and order at sea. The BRP Diego Silang is powerful, but the Philippines knows it cannot stand alone. Alliances are essential, especially with the United States under the Mutual Defense Treaty. Modern warships make the Philippines a stronger partner in joint patrols and exercises. Partnerships with Japan, Australia, and South Korea further strengthen regional security. Joint drills send a clear message: aggression will not go unanswered. The Diego Silang is key to these multinational efforts. But this is just the beginning. More ships, training, and investment are needed. Building a credible navy is a marathon, not a sprint. The Diego Silang leads a new fleet, symbolizing what's possible. The journey to secure the nation's future has only just begun.